Pinball, a young brown skinned guy, was still up in the mix. I was still up in the mix. Yes, indeed. And so, about see these younger gays. These younger gays, they really make it, you know, not hard, but they make it look. They put a bad taste. How can I really say it? They can really make the community look bad with what they're doing. And it's so sad that you have niggas that are so young and gullible. They can go. They can easily go through life and thinking that they can be and say whatever they want when they want to do it and whoever they are, around doing it. But they fail to realize when it comes to exposing people and their sexuality, you're playing a treacherous. I can't say the word right. Look, you're playing a really bad game. I tried to say it. I couldn't say it. But you're playing a really bad game, and for you to try to expose somebody online, it just makes it so bad. Like the stigma. You don't even think that the next person that you may come in contact with. You don't think that they are watching what you are doing to another person out here. And do you think that they are really going to be wanting to mess with you? Absolutely not. I don't understand all this exposing. I don't think I never exposed anybody. Mm-mm, I never did that. You know, honestly, I really prefer people that's already out. That's already out because if they ain't already out, mm-mm, it's not a good. It won't go as planned as you would have thought because you'll be the secret. You'll be someone that's not gonna be seen, and you'll have to just wait here and wait there, and who has time for that? It's very treacherous. I, I can't. I'm not gonna try to butcher that word, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You gotta watch out for that stuff. But these younger gays out here, they don't care. Like how they are. I was saying they get influenced by the wrong thing. They put their attention on the wrong thing, which is understandable because I know when you're young, you think that you just, well, when you're around that age, when you're coming into your adulthood, you just may have it in your mindset that you know it all. Some do, some don't. But you gotta come back to grips. Come back to the grips of things and know that exposing or telling somebody's secret is not okay. Because people, if they can't get to you, they would try to get some. They would try to get to anybody that may know you. And they would try to get to them, and they would try to hurt them because they can't get to you. I done seen the stories. I done heard, what can actually happen because they are upset because you tried to expose a person. I remember a guy that I had seen at the club some years ago. He did the same thing, and they found him on the side of the road in the ditch. You know, he was trying to expose somebody, and the person that did kill him, he did end up going to jail because they went back in the phone records, and they found out who was the last person this person was talking to. That's why you got you guys that may be in your 20s and your 30s, because some of these folks are crazy. Hold on, I got to cough again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. But yeah, you know, some of you guys gotta think before you react. That's why I love taking the high road. They can call me whatever they want to call me. Just know I know how to defend myself when it's time for me to defend myself. You know, don't let the persona. Well, this is not really the persona for me. This is just my character. I'm not on here being you know fake. I just don't show everything like that. So, but don't let that fool you because I can get just like that, just like anybody else can. You know, but it's a time and a place for that. It's a time and a place for that. It's a time and a place to react. Okay, when it's time to get down and dirty, it's when it's time to dance. But some folks don't care. Which I understand. Sometimes people are like that. I'm just not like that, and I'll be damn. Somebody, I'll be damn if someone tries to come around me, trying to change me to get like that. No, mm-mm. I'm still gonna stay true to myself. Why would I try to change? Mm-mm. Why would I? What's up? I can't see. What's up, Raphael? How you doing, Raphael? Hope you're doing fine. But yeah, what that young man is doing right now is very, very petty, and hopefully he won't be ending up dead in a couple of weeks or days or months or I don't know, a year. I don't know. Or two, retaliation is serious out here nowadays. People don't care who you with or where you at. They'll come back and get you. They will get you. They will gun you down. I just had someone that was close to me, well, not close to me, but someone that was in the family, and never got a chance to see them, but I knew of them, and something like that happened. But it wasn't with this situation like exposing. It was something that was serious with gangs, and they went back and they did what they did, and that was so wrong because that guy didn't even get a chance to really live his life. He was a young guy, and I would hope that a lot of these younger people that's under me will understand that it's not worth it. It's not worth popping off all the time. Popping off can cause you to can be popping off in a damn box, 6 feet deep. It's best to think before you react. Because sometimes people can make a permanent decision for a temporary moment, and I've always been saying that for years. Like, think before you react. That's why I'm able to really to speak how I talk because I've been thinking before I react. You know, I'm glad that I'm not on here talking about years and years being locked down. I understand the testimony behind that, but who really wants to be locked down when you can be free? You know, why risk? Why risk? Going out there and you're not able to be with your family or your friends. You're not able to go down there and get you a burger or fry or, go to a movie or go out to a dinner, somewhere. Or just really take a walk in the park somewhere just to ease your mind. Who wanna look? Who really wants to risk all that? I don't. I'm not risking that. That's why I always been solo dolo. I ain't never been to follow the leader. Mm-hmm. Cause I can tell you now. A lot of those people that follow the leader, they just in bad situations or they not here no more. And I'm glad that I wasn't down with trying to be like the next person or thinking that I gotta put up this type of persona to, for people to really like me. Look, either you like me or you don't. It is what it is. Move on. I ain't asking you to be here. Let alone stay here, because I don't like too many people in my face, anyways. I'm just speaking in general. I'm not saying that towards you guys. I'm just keeping it real. But it is for the haters. It is for the haters. That is in here. Watching and going back and stuff like that, and doing commentary like somebody supposed to care. I'm just keeping it real. It's the truth. It's the truth. I know how they do. But yeah. But on that note, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's already 1:24. I get some sleep. But yeah, hopefully that young man will learn. But you know what? He'll just be another, statistic if something was to go down because you caused that on yourself. Whatever happens to you, it happens. It may not happen today, but something will end up similar to how the next story that we have read about or seen out here in this world when it comes to that exposing crap. You know, let people be who they want to be. I done met plenty of people in the past that wasn't out. But do you think I'm finna get on here and be posting pictures or showing text messages? No. Or showing numbers? No. Mm-mm. Locations? No. I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? Look, if you ain't did it to me, I ain't doing it to you. And even if you did, and even if you did, I'm not finna stoop that low. I know how to turn the other cheek. Because I know that, when you put out bad, it comes back to you. So therefore, I ain't gonna be on the same type of time. It comes and it goes. So you just have to be, on the watch. Because, hey, People put it, that person put it out there. And I'd be damned if I put it out there. I ain't doing that. Mm. I done seen it happen too many times where folks done talk so much crap to people and something bad end up happening to them, or they just have hardships, so many hardships. It's like, damn, nothing ever seems to fail when it comes to them trying to really better themselves. And it's like, who can you blame? Nobody. It's very treacherous. Oh my goodness, I cannot try to. I can't say that word right, but it's all right. But you guys, on that note, it's been real. I gotta go to sleep because if I don't, I'm gonna be rambling again. So, good night, you guys. Oh my goodness, why is not?